Sorry, guys. Tell me when you're ready. Everybody ready?
Ready.
Okay. I call to order the February 2nd, 2026 meeting of the Municipal Authority. We're just back from an executive session of the board to discuss privileged matters. I will, do we do the roll call now? Okay, do the roll call. Tim Kelly,
Here.
Kevin Morley,
Kevin Moyer's here.
Moyer. All right. Maria Kane is here. Walter Virginis
Here.
and Steve Mackel.
Here.
Here on behalf of the Municipal Authority, our Director of Operations, Caitlin Sullivan, our Solicitor, Mike Madron, and on behalf of the our engineer, Dave Porter. Okay, moving on. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, everybody's had a chance to review the agenda.
Yep.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank
Second.
you, Walter. Thank you, Tim. Any questions or comments? All those in favor? Aye. Next public comment for agenda items only. I don't see any members of the public here. Unless anybody else has any information to the contrary. Okay, moving on. Everybody's had a chance to review the minutes from our January 12, 2026 meeting. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Thank you, Walter.
Second.
Second from Steve. Any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Right, that motion passes. Moving on to the treasurer's report. Do we have a treasurer's report for this time around?
We don't have the financial reporting for you this month just because of the timing. We haven't even received the bank statement yet. So I will provide a full update for the March meeting.
Right?
Okay.
And I did attach the Portnoff, the complete report that I did email to the board members after our last meeting because that was a little behind, but that is attached today.
Okay. I reviewed that. Did anybody have any questions on that or anything?
No.
Okay. All right. Anything else for financials or the treasurer's report?
No.
Okay. All right, moving on. Operation manager's report. That would be you as well, Caitlin.
So DELCORA started just this last month in January, and they provided their first official report, which is attached in your packet. You're gonna see that they included the install for the OmniSite dialers, even though that was in November of last year. They just wanted to make sure that it was on your report. Mostly just monthly maintenance was listed there. Of course, you are gonna see snow removal because of the weather we've had. And just a minor alarm at Hickory. They addressed that. Something else to note is they just refueled the diesel generator at Lissitor pump station. And as I had mentioned last month in our January meeting, there was a emergency repair done at Tanglewood pump station, but we did discuss that. So that's noted on their report as well.
Okay. I actually like the report. I don't know.
From DELCORA.
Yeah,
Mhm.
from DELCORA. I like the dates and, they did, and then it's got a work order attached to that. Do we pay based on work order or,
So they
I know we have
provide-
a contract.
Yes,
you know.
we have a contract, but they will provide work orders for every single thing. I get a full report with pictures as well. Separate from the monthly report.
So is this the cleaning of the wet wells that is pretty much a line item on all of them? Is that the standard cleaning or is that something, because I know we put that in the budget of additional charges for that?
Yes, so they know exactly how many we budgeted for. They didn't do all of the pump stations this month, but they did do a few.
Okay,
I guess it's gonna require a little bit of, and you're probably already doing it, but just making
Okay.
sure that we're not getting billed for contracted you
Mhm.
know, cleanings.
Right.
So I did not get the invoices yet. They'll
Okay,
come separate from, they provided this report to me early.
gotcha.
I did reach out to him and I said, is there anything you can give me, at least what you have so far for January? So really wouldn't, they weren't really ready to hand it over yet, but they
Right.
did it.
That's great. Good. Gives us a little, you know, inclination as to what the reports will look like moving forward. So we appreciate it.
And then also, I attached a new operations manager report. So it's gonna be just to show you current projects that I'm working on. And the formatting will probably change in the coming months as well. I'm gonna try and work with the engineer, so we have the same format for both our reports. But just to highlight a few things that you'll see on there, more construction has started televising the cleaning of the sewer lines on the CDCA side of the township. Public Works mapped and numbered the manholes over there, following the same numbering system that they used on the RHM side, or the eastern side of the township. So from January 21st to the 28th, they've already jetted and flushed 5,406 linear feet and televised 4,529 linear feet. So they're already approximately 20% completed of the project. And they have not found any significant deficiencies yet.
That's on the CDC side.
Correct.
That's amazing.
It's great.
It's like good.
And as soon as the weather breaks, they'll be back at it again.
Okay.
It's just a little too cold right now.
And we're gonna use this information to determine kind of priorities on replacement. I'm assuming, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
And that's when I will reach out to Dave if and when they do find an issue that needs to be addressed with his guidance, and we'll work together to work that.
That's great. Okay.
So just, I mean, like I said, you have the report now that I will be updating monthly. Feel free to review on your downtime and ask me any questions you would like, but I will continue to update that and work with Dave on formatting. So like I said, we'll have the same.
I
version.
liked it. I figured like your page kind of preceded Dave's, and I like how it looks, you know, similar, and yeah, I like, and that if they can both be kind of structured the same way, I think that'll be really helpful.
And we'll work together on that going forward as well.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, that segues right into the engineer's report.
Yes, ma'am. As Caitlin mentioned, we're gonna overhaul this a little bit, so I'm not gonna belabor every point. We have pulled all the sanitary sewer plans for the sewer project. We're gonna inventory all of the punch list items that are related to landscaping items related to the sewers project specifically. The only items that are remaining is that task and any wetland reporting we have left it's an obligation of our permit until we have the wetlands established. So for next month, I'll get an update from our wetlands biologist. We'll include that in the next monthly report for when we anticipate going out in the spring, once the weather breaks, to confirm the success of those other couple planting areas that we tackled last year, and let you know what our sunset is for that reporting obligation. The Westchester Pike Sanitary Sewer
Sorry, what
Project.
project was that?
That's for the
That was
5%.
a sewer extension project for the Camelot and Ashford
Sewer
service
extension
areas.
for Camelot.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
The Westchester Pike Sewer extension project. We had met with ADJOURNMENT, the contractor, and on site on Westchester Pike, we do know that there's one inlet that they had some questions about, so I'm gonna coordinate with Public Works folks. I know when they were on site with us, we were trying to determine the extent of where a pipe was leaving that particular inlet, so we're gonna follow up. We may have to pull plans from PennDOT for some guidance on that. But we still have a little bit of time. Obviously, they're gonna start with their work after the PGA Championship in June to complete that project. So the authority's fog program, with regard to the Luigi and Giovanni caterers. They continue to provide their O&M reports as required. Last one we received was the 21st of January. Stony Knoll, there was actually a little bit of activity on that. We coordinated with the township engineer and the codes official with regard to whether or not a CO could be issued for the one dwelling. So we responded and provided a record of our inspection for their grinder pump, the testing and everything for that. So they're good from a sanitary sewer standpoint to issue the CO. I understand there's some things on the township side that need to be addressed still. I did coordinate with Del Val Septic on the Newtown Edgemont Little League to let them know I'm helping them out with their connection for their sanitary sewer. The Chapter 94 reporting has commenced. I have a draft RHM report. We're continuously working to pull together the CDCA report. I believe the CDCA, we've received a letter indicating that's due next Friday, so we're on target to pull that together and have that wrapped up. The only other item I really have to report on is the Newtown Business Center. We met with staff to discuss their EDU allocation for billing purposes. And the Ellis Sector 1 Phase 2 D and E, we issued some capacity certifications for a couple of new tenants that are going into that space. And lastly, beyond the tabular report, attached is the pump station report that shows the flow data for all the pump stations over the last 3 weeks or so, with kind of an overlay with the precipitation data from the Valley Creek rain gauge. And there's not a whole lot of correlation with flow for obvious reasons, or with precipitation for obvious reasons, because everything was in a frozen nature. So there's really nothing running off. What to keep an eye on is when all this snow finally does melt. We'll keep an eye and we'll note that on the rain tabular data to indicate when we have days that are 40, 50 degrees, you'll see that there's going to be some peaks in flow in that regard. And we did discover one anomaly in the reporting through OmniSite, the Guard Dog website, that the Listener pump station wasn't reporting tabular flow. So we reached out to DELCORA to let them know, and they're going to address that. And that concludes my engineer's report for the month.
I have a question on the that pump station report.
Yes.
On Ellis on the 28th, it goes down to 27,000, and then on Old Masters on the 25th, it goes to 9,800. Is that an issue that they would fall that far down off the normal basis?
You said Ellis on the 28th?
Ellis on the 28th, 27,700.
Yep.
When they're normally somewhere in the 50s, or it looks like, or averages that. And then the same with Old Masters on the 25th is really low.
Yes. So the Ellis pump station on the 28th was pretty low. It's actually was pretty low on, it looks like the 7th as well. So yeah, I mean, some of these pump stations, they'll tend to fluctuate, especially when you have some commercial tied into them. So
no anomaly there. They're just,
I don't think so. I mean, looking at the kind of line graph titled "The Station Effluent," you're going to have some fluctuations in that flow. It's nothing that's of a peculiar nature to me.
okay.
So
Thank you.
sometimes it'll happen on, holidays, you'll see some peaks and flow. Sometimes, during weekends, you may see, an ebb or a change in flow a little bit, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Newtown Business Center has been billed at this point.
The bills are going out this week.
Are they aware of the amount of EDUs?
No, I don't. I did not reach out to them and provide them the information. The last I know is Dave met with them, but I don't think there was any formal letter or follow-up conversation.
Okay, all right, we'll see what happens. All right, well, I appreciate any other questions from anybody else on the board? Okay. Moving on then, consider approving the bills on check register dated February 2, 2026, totaling $250,201.98. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you, Walter.
Second.
Second from Tim. We'll give that one to Tim.
Thank you.
Although, any questions or comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next, moving on to new business, consider approving, all delinquent accounts be sent to Portnoff for collections. This includes balances of $500 or more and past due balances over 90 days. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second from Tim. Any questions or comments? I just have one, does it have to be 90 days even? So in other words, like, you might have, like, I'm just saying, like, $500 sometimes might only be 60 days for some. I guess it would always have to be 90 because that's one full quarter, right? Okay,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. and that's how
Okay.
it's written.
All right, forget it. I'm good. I'm assuming it's 90, yeah. And 50, kind of like an and thing. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, unless, is there any old business or anything else that we need to discuss? Anybody? Okay, and no additional public comment. So with that, I will adjourn the meeting. Thank you. Record.